Hey friend, in today's watercolor tutorial, I'm going to be teaching how to paint this beginner watercolor landscape of a sunset in the Pacific Northwest. Without further ado, let's get painting. I'm going to be using Permanent Rose, Yellow, Prussian Blue, and Perylene Green and Sap Green. And then I've got a size 16 round Princeton brush and a size 6 round brush as well. And the page I've taped down here with watercolor paper is a size 5 by 7 inches. The first thing that I want to do is paint a super subtle light sketch line. For the sketch line, I'm just going to use a little bit of yellow with my large brush here. From this point, sloping downward, we are going to have our greenery. So just kind of an irregularly shaped line here that kind of just tapers off towards the bottom right corner. And then our horizon line with our ocean is going to start just a little bit below and then just go all the way across here. And from this point, we are actually now going to start painting the sky. So using my same brush, I just rinsed it off real quick. I am just going to do an even wash of water, starting above our sketch line silhouette and going all the way up top. And this is just going to be a nice way to get this wet and wet technique, so that way our page is nice and wet and our colors can bleed and blend organically. And starting with our lightest color first, I'm going to add a nice vibrant pop of yellow. And just adding this in the first inch, just like so. Maybe 1.5 inches to be a little bit more accurate. And then before I move on to anything else, I'm going to take a little bit more of a saturated amount of the yellow and just add that right at this bottom area here, because I do want an area that's more indicating where the sun is setting. So I'm just going to let that vibrant yellow kind of bleed out and do its thing. In the meantime, I'm going to mix up some yellow with a touch of our Permanent Rose to create a nice vibrant orange. And I'm then going to apply this orange in the next 1.5 inches, just like so. Kind of doing this subtle ombre effect. And then from here, I want to take a little bit more yellow and just add a few touches of the bright yellow overlapping on some of this more like rusty orange, just to have a little bit of variegation in our sunset so it's not perfectly smooth. So just adding a couple of these streaks here. Alrighty, and then from here, I want to take some Permanent Rose and I'm just gonna carry this on all the way up top, believe it or not. So I just started that Permanent Rose at that kind of orange divider line. And what I'm going to do is take a little bit of water on my brush to help this transition between the orange and the pink. And I simply just want to take a little bit of water and kind of bring down a little bit of some of that pink. So I'm just kind of brushing my brush into the pink and then slowly kind of bringing it downward a little bit, just like so. And then from here, I'm going to add just a couple pops of the vibrant Permanent Rose, so that way we have some variegation in color. So maybe just a nice thick streak of that there, off towards the left. And then I'm just going to take some water just to help kind of smooth it out just a little bit alongside the edges. And then I'll just add a touch of whatever's left on my brush down below, just like so. Okay, and now I'm gonna add a little bit more pink up top. And then I'm gonna add just a touch of Prussian Blue to create some purple, just naturally, organically on my page. The undertone of the rose color will mix well if it's wet as we add the Prussian Blue. And it's basically just mixing right there on the page, which is pretty cool. So I'm just adding a couple touches of our Prussian Blue layered with some of that rose color. Now we're getting this kind of really dusty, muted purple. Okay, and I think I want to add just a second layer of saturation just to add a little bit more vibrancy to the purple. So I'm going to layer on a little bit more rose, permanent rose right now. And then I'm going to just tap a little bit of whatever's left on my brush down below here. And then I'm going to add just a little bit more Prussian Blue. Just wanted to do a couple layers so that way it's a little bit more saturated. And still nice and vibrant. Awesome. And then I'm just going to take some water, and before I do anything, I'm just going to tap here, and it looks like our sunset down below is now dry, but if yours is still wet, I would just wait maybe a couple minutes before moving on to this next part. But I'm just going to add some water just from the water horizon line and down below here. And I'm going to start with adding a good amount of yellow. Then from here, I'm going to take the orange that we mixed earlier, and I'm just going to layer alongside the yellow some touches of the orange, making sure to kind of smooth out the horizon line where the water meets the sky. I'm going to add a little bit more yellow. And I'm just going to take a dry brush and lift any excess paint. So just by tapping your brush on your paper towel and then just kind of tapping, you can lift up any excess water. So from here, I'm going to now take my size 4 brush here. A size 6 or size 4 brush will work just fine for this. And then I'm going to take a little bit of our permanent rose and just add a few streaks of it with some gaps in between. So a little bit more texturizing here with the water. I'm going to add some towards the right with some of the orange popping through, and then a little bit towards the left as well. And then I'm just going to add a little bit in the sun reflection here. And then I'm going to mix like the tiniest amount of Prussian Blue with some permanent rose to make a nice little purple. And I'm just going to add just a couple touches of the purple as well, off towards the right. And then I'm going to rinse my brush off and tap it on a paper towel and then just kind of blend that into the pink, slightly overlapped. So just a little bit more texturizing and depth of color, just like so. At this point, I'm gonna just pause here, allow our water to dry, and then we're gonna add our greenery off towards the left. Now that the ocean area and the sky is dry, I'm going to take my large brush and just do a wash of water to start for our greenery. We've got kind of a Pacific Northwest kind of vibe because this area is going to be nice and vibrant with some dark and lighter green and some pine trees. So very excited to add that in there. I'm going to start adding some Sap Green, and I'm just gonna get like a nice saturated amount here. And then from here, I also want to grab a little bit of Prussian Blue just to get some cooler tones in here mixed with the Sap Green. And sometimes some color lands where it shouldn't. I'm just going to take my small brush and just kind of lift that off. There we go. So I'm just adding a couple touches of the Prussian Blue. And I'm gonna layer back in even more Sap Green as well. Just want like a nice vibrant saturation of color. And then I'm gonna also add a couple touches of the Perylene Green, which is a nice deep dark green. I love this color. Okay. So we've got a lot going on here. Now I'm gonna take my size 4 brush and add some silhouettes of pine trees. And for those, I am just going to use just our Perylene Green, and I am going to use really light pressure with my brush. I'm going to have some larger pine trees here, and I'm just going to show the layout first just by doing a few vertical lines representing the trunk of our trees. I like to play with the variety of height, so some are small, some are large. And then I'm just gonna do just a couple that are small down below. And then I'm just gonna tap my size 4 brush here and just add some irregular texture in this area that doesn't have trees. So I'm just kind of adding some variegation here. And I'm also going to just do that all along this horizon line of the greenery, kind of pulling from some of the wet green areas here just to paint with. So that way we have some looser, like more organic looking areas in between the trees. All right, and then from here, I'm just going to use my brush to add kind of like a cone shaped silhouette representing the pine trees, allowing some of the background of the sky to pop through. You can see I've got kind of like this really loose cone shape where the top is nice and pointed and it eventually gradually gets wider towards the base. And I'm just going to carry that on. using the dark Perylene Green as my base color, allowing it to kind of just bleed out underneath. And again, I'm just creating really loose, rugged like brush strokes on either side of the trunk vertical line that we laid out previously. And I'm just using really light pressure with the tip of my brush. I do have a pine tree tutorial, and I will link that down below in case you want to take time to just focus practicing on trees. But basically, just take your time in this part if trees are new to you, and don't overthink it too much. Basically, some irregular brush strokes on either side. Mimicking the cone shape is a great place to start with trees. Some water kind of pooling, so I'm just gonna kind of spread it out a little bit. Alrighty, and I'm just gonna carry this on for each little vertical line, including these mini guys here. And again, light pressure with your brush, just lightly tapping, so that way you can slowly build some of the texture on either side of the tree trunk. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and allow the greenery to set and dry. Thank you so much for joining me for today's watercolor tutorial. We did have a little casualty with the painter's tape, but I was able to paint over some of that area that got kind of snatched up by the tape, so no worries there. Be sure to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss any further watercolor tutorials, and be sure to comment down below what other tutorials you would like to see on my YouTube channel.